guys, I'm coming to you with a series I hope I can start. Let me know. I need to hear your response on this one. Let me know if you're interested in this at all. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to compare a real eyeshadow palette, like an authentic one that I purchased from a authorized retailer, to a fake I got off of eBay. Why is this important? Why would this be interesting? Because eBay is and other places. eBay is the only place I really shop, but like AliExpress, different places like that are saturated with fake palettes. I mean, they can fake any type of palette, from a naked palette to a Lorac palette to a Wet n Wild palette. They can fake that, and not necessarily eBay itself, but the sellers on eBay. And people can be confused. Like if you're looking for, let's say, a Lorac Mega Pro, and you have no idea about this information, and you go on eBay to find one, and you may think you're getting a good deal and finding one cheap. Yeah, that's the situation. Also, most of these palettes that are made, that are fake, are usually made in China. Are usually made, I don't want to say unsafe, but with unsafe, material ingredients that can be harmful to the eyes, that not necessarily tested properly, and that's why it's dangerous. That's really why it's dangerous, and that's really why it's not a good idea. Some red flags of fake things: if it's cheap, if it's ridiculously cheap. I purchased my fake Modern Renaissance palette for $5.99 free shipping. The original Modern Renaissance is $42. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to compare and see how well they did, and just see if you can be fooled if you don't know necessarily what you're looking for or what you're doing. So yeah, let me know. I'm still waiting on, I purchased for $4 a fake Huda Beauty palette. I haven't gotten that one yet. It takes like months to ship. But let me know if you want to see this series and want me to continue to do that with the palettes that I have. I don't mind spending my money if it's going to help someone else out. Like I know some people are like, well, why would you buy a fake one? If it'll help someone else out. And I think it's interesting because some of these come really close. So let's go ahead and get into this one. So the first thing, I purchased mine again off eBay. It was $5.99 and it came like a month later. So I've been planning this for a while. Okay, let's go ahead and compare packaging. The box that the fake one came in, it actually was ripped, but I can't really dock points for that. However, before I decided to do this series, I went ahead and glued my original box to my canvas for wall art, so I can only compare the front with you. However, the front has some significant differences anyway, so let's go ahead and go to the wall real quick. Okay, so first off, the color is off. The fake one definitely is a lighter pink. The font, if you look close, the font on the two boxes are different. The original is it's bolder and a little bit shorter in the letters, and this one is a little bit taller and skinnier. The Anastasia Beverly Hills actually looks quite similar. It has that metallic gold shine on it, so they did pretty well okay with that one. Now, unfortunately, I glued this to my canvas before I realized I was going to even think about doing this video, so I cannot compare the back. I can't compare the back like I would want to. However, that is the front, and there are already significant differences, so it's not like the front looked exactly the same and we had to go to the back. But there you go. That's what the two boxes look like. Okay, so as you can see, the front of the packaging is already different. However, to someone who doesn't have the original, you would not guess. I'm going to be completely honest with you. If I did not have the original, I really wouldn't know. I really would not know. I wouldn't. I'm going to be honest with you. All right, so let's go into the actual packaging. My palette is dirty. It's the Modern Renaissance is covered with a felt-like material, and mine is dirty. But anyway, the real one is on top, and the fake one is on the bottom. So from the front, the color is, again, with the fake one, it's a little lighter. It's a little bit lighter. Yeah, it's a little bit lighter than this pink. This is more of a lavender. That's more of a pink. On the front, again, same thing with the boxes. The real one, it's bolder. It's a little bit bolder font, while this one's skinnier. And then if you look, the logos look very similar. They look almost identical Only with the shade though. The real has a little bit more of a copper finish. This is more of a silver finish. So that's the difference. They feel exactly the same in terms of softness and things like that. So let's go ahead and open them up. Remember, my Modern Renaissance is used. However, it's used. However, I left the plastic on. Now, when you open them up, this is where you're legit gonna be confused. So here we go. Here is the authentic one. Here is mine. Here is my authentic one. And here is the, okay, my brush fell out, is the fake one. I'm gonna go ahead and get really close. Don't sit here and tell me you can automatically tell the difference. There's no way. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I looked at this a good while. I can't tell. A few minor details before we get into the shades. A few minor details. The brush is different, okay? So in the fake one, my real one, I still have the plastic on the brush. The ends, one of the ends of the brush is similar. You have this, let me take the plastic off, Candace. That would help everyone out. All right. So the logo is there. Let's go ahead with these. The logo is there and it's identical. This end is a fluffier end and they're identical. However, this end, this is the fake brush. The real brush is a much smaller flat eyeshadow brush. This has its ombre, has a brown, completely different. So, okay, but then you wouldn't know that until you open the palette, you know? All right, inside, let me see if I can get, I'm gonna go ahead and get this from another angle while they're on my table so we can go ahead and compare and contrast, okay? So, again, this is my real one, authentic over here, and this is the fake one. I'm gonna be completely honest. You can't really tell. The only thing that is a little different that I'm noticing finally is red ochre. Red ochre right here. Let's get in. It's a much deeper red than the fake one. The fake red ochre is a little bit pink. Okay? Other than that, looking back and forth, you guys, Love Letter looks a little bit hotter pink than the Love Letter over here. But again, like, you gotta know these shades. You gotta know what you're buying and know what you're looking for. Know what you're looking for before you, in order to spot that difference. It's very, very, very faint. The mirrors are the same, you guys, with the logos on them. I mean, these people look good. The palette is the same size. However, here's the difference. I'm noticing more differences now that I'm showing it to you guys. I looked kind of hard at it, but now that I'm really detailing it, let me get up in here. Hold on. Let me set my camera back up. So, one thing that I did notice with this is the packaging. Okay, so this, I don't know if you can tell. Let me get in. This is the real one. This, what the palette is sitting in is this cardboard. Okay, let me see if I can get a corner. This is cardboard. You see the paper right there? It's like, this is covered, it's like a piece of cardboard covered with paper, with this shiny paper, okay? However, this one, I'm gonna show you the corner, is a piece of plastic. It's a whole, or maybe a piece of acrylic that these shadows are sitting in. Again, these details are so minor that I keep dropping the damn brushes, are so minor that you would have to know this palette inside and out before you bought it to know if there was a difference. You understand what I'm saying? Like if you looked at this palette online, now a lot of times they show you the picture of the authentic palette anyway. But if you looked at this palette online and someone took a picture of the fake and you necessarily didn't know the real one by heart and you're just buying it, you would not know. That's crazy. I did not swatch these shades. I'm going to swatch. I'm scared. Oh, Lord, because what if they're the same? Remember, it's the ingredients in. I'm going to use the brush that it came with. I'm going to swatch Real Gar from my Real palette. and I'm going to swatch Realgar from the fake palette. Okay, so the quality is definitely, on top is the real one, on the bottom is the fake one. So they are lacking pigment, they're lacking quality. Again, you wouldn't know that until you bought it. Okay, the back of them. Let's go to the back of them. Let's go to the back. This one's really interesting. The back looks identical except for one thing. So here's the real one. I looked over the back, and here's the fake one. They look identical except for one thing. I guess this is the serial number. E6JA, or the batch number or whatever. E6JA, do you see that kind of etched or embossed, like pressed into the palette? Do you see that? Like pressed into the paper? That's the real one. The fake one has it printed in white. I think that's the biggest difference, just at first glance looking at them. But the back is completely identical. The inside is very, very similar, to the point, again, if you didn't know the palette, you wouldn't. Yeah, so those are all the differences I see in spotting a fake one, but it's going to be tough. I just encourage you to be careful. I'm very interested in comparing other fake palettes with the real ones. If you guys are interested in this, if you guys really want to know and are, again, interested in me seeing me do this and different things, again, they're cheap. I'll spend $5 to educate someone else, help someone else out. Yeah, what I'm going to do with the fake ones, I don't know. I think I'll just have a collection of fake palettes. I don't know. But yes, so if you have any other questions about it, what I want you to do is down below, tell me what fake palette, like what palette that is so fake, like what do you want me to compare? For reference, I have a lot of Urban Decay palettes, I have the Naked palettes, I have the Lorac palettes. A fake palette. Give me some names of like some big name palettes that you would like me to compare the real one to the fake one. That would be good, because I'm looking at I have so many palettes, like which ones, and yeah, which ones do you want to see compared? Put that down below. Give me suggestions. Yeah, if you want to see this. But it's really interesting. It's really interesting. So, yeah. I love you all, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.